This is a continuation of the video lecture in which I explained the algorithms of the linked list. I just wanted to show you the actual implementation of the linked list based on those algorithms in through a program. So I have implemented a simple program in which I have made use of the algorithm, the same algorithms we saw for the insert, delete, and traversal, but they have now been modified into a syntax of the C programming language. But the logic of the algorithm has just been used in the implementation. I'll just quickly explain the logic. The first statement that is here is the structure definition for the purpose of the node. So in order to maintain the linked list, we have to create nodes, and each node will be attached with the next node, or there will be a link pointer which will hold the address of the subsequent nodes. So to represent that, I have declared a struct node which contains an integer data and a node pointer in the name of link pointer. So the same the name I have used that we have seen in the algorithm, I have used the same name here. So the link pointer is actually the primary way by which we maintain the linked list. So each link pointer will be assigned with the address of the next node. So we have to declare, and the data type of this particular pointer is the same structure itself, because it is going to be pointing to an address of itself. The data type is also the same. And after that, for the purpose of the implementation, I have declared all these pointers. Head pointer is the primary pointer which will hold the address of the first node. So whenever we want to traverse in the list, we have to know the first address. So that is known with the help of the head pointer. After that, we will be using the pre-pointer, predecessor pointer, new pointer, and the p location pointer. So all these pointers are going to be used just in the same purposes we saw in the algorithm. The first part of the program is containing the main function. In the main function, I am trying to implement a menu driven program. Linked list is a program which requires to be better to be implemented using a using a menu. Only then you can experience the different operations one by one. So you can insert a number of nodes, and you can delete a certain number of nodes, and also you can conduct a traversal. So you have to give the option to the user to try multiple options, and finally the user will decide to end the program. So this is the way we can implement the menu driven program using a do while loop. And the choice, until the choice is entered as 4, these statements will be repeatedly printed, and every time the user gives a choice, the switch case will determine what is he is intending to do. If the case is 1, then it is insert operation, case 2 means delete, and case 3 means traversal. uh, Case 4 implies exit, so the loop will automatically end and the program will also terminate. This is the main function. Coming to the various operations, first I have the insert operation. As we saw in the algorithm, I'm making use of the p new pointer, but because it's a program, I have to go for memory allocation. So I'm acquiring the memory for the pointer using the malloc function. So you must be aware of the syntax to be used here. So I have to create a memory which is equal to the size of the structure node, and it is typecasted into and assigned to the pnew. So at the end of this execution, pnew is pointing to a new memory which is capable of having a data and a link. The next line is I'm getting the data from the user, and it is assigned into the new node. So the new node is now ready to be inserted. After that, I assign null to the p3, and p location is assigned with head. See, here I have added a new logic to which was not there in the insert function. The condition here is that we are supposed to be maintaining the list as a ordered list, which means whenever we try to insert a new value, it has to be properly identified its position, and then the data has to be inserted exactly there. We can't just randomly insert it at somewhere in the list. So we have to first locate its correct position. What do I mean by correct position is that, let us say the list already contains 3, 6, 7, and now I want to insert 5. So where should I insert it? I should actually insert it before 5, 6 and after 3. So I have to locate this position. So how do I locate it? I will use this while loop for that. So while p location not equal to null and data greater than p location data. Let us first see the purpose of this statement. P location not equal to null. So p location is the one that is going to traverse in the list with the help of the head address, initialized with the address of the first node or the value of the head. It keeps moving from one node to the next node. The statement for moving the p location pointer is here. P location equal to p location of link. So it will start from head. If at all there are nodes in the list, then it will move from head to the first node to the second node, till it reaches the last node. By the time this will become null, this will become true, because p location would have become null and the loop will end. So the p location is used for traversing in the list until we reach the required node. So the first part. And okay, now in which cases the p location will be null? It will be null in two possibilities. One is that the list is empty, so there are no nodes in the list, and p location is initialized with the head, which is also null, and it never gets updated. This statement is never going to be executed if the first node, the head itself is containing null value and there are no nodes in the list. So in that case the p location will be null. Another case is that the list actually contains a number of nodes, and the p location pointer reaches the last node and hits the dead end, which means the last null value is copied into the p location, which in other words means that all the values that are in the list are greater than the data we are trying to insert. So which means okay, which means we have to insert the new value at the end of the list. So if p location pointer reach the last node in the list, which implies that the new node has to be inserted as at the end of the list. This is about the first part. The second part of the condition is if the data greater than p location data. Let us say I want to insert 5 and the list contains 3, 6, 7. So what will happen? First 5 will be compared with 3, and because it is greater than 3, this is not the place to insert. So we will go one more step. So p location will be upgraded to the next location, which means it will now be pointing to 6. And by the time 5 greater than 6 is false, so this condition will end the loop. So which means we have reached the node before which we have to insert the new node. So how do you know the address of the previous node? For that only we are using the p3 pointer. You can see that p3 pointer starts with the null value, and it always one step behind the p location pointer. So when p3 becomes p location becomes its next address. So in this way we always ensure that p3 is one node behind the p location node. So the moment we find that p location has a value which is larger than our value to be inserted, we can just use the p3 pointer to attach the new node. So we will see that code. Okay, so this loop will end in any of these two conditions. Either p location becomes null, or the data we are trying to insert is larger than the current data in the list. Now what has to be done after this? We check what is the condition that ended the loop. If p3 is null, which means that there is no change happened to p3, it has not even executed this once, so it remains null, which means it must be a empty list, or we want to insert at the as the first node. See, for example, I want to insert 4 and the first node contains 5. Now what will happen? This condition will be true, false in the first instance itself. Okay, in the first iteration itself, 4 is less than 5, so this loop will terminate. Now also in that case also p3 equal to null. So p3 null implies any two possibility. It's either empty list or the node to be inserted is to be inserted at the as the first node. We have already come across the statement to be used for the insert operation for both conditions, whether it is empty or to be inserted as the first node. The same statements are used. I have simply copy pasted it and changed the syntax. So the same, you will find, if you refer the algorithm, you will find the same lines. So p new of link equal to head equal to p new. So this is the operator to be used when you want to refer to a value which is within the structure, and we are using a structure pointer. This is how the statement has to be written. So this will take care of these two conditions, either it's empty list or to be inserted as the first node. And for the remaining two conditions, again we have seen it in the algorithm. For both the middle and end, they have given the same two lines in the algorithm. I have simply copy pasted and changed the syntax to be correct for the C programming language. So the insert operation is implemented like this. Now coming to the delete operation. For delete, we have to get the data to be deleted, and we use the syntax logic here. So I'm in fact actually using the same logic. You can see that the while loop is similar. Only thing is, instead of insert we are going to delete. So I just run the loop, and it will this in the same way it will either become p location will become null, or the data will, and instead of the greater than, I have changed it into not equal to, because now I am interested in knowing the exact value. So insert is different, but here I want to delete a particular value of the which was entered by the user. So I am using not equal to. As long as the data which is in the node is not equal to the data which I am searching for, I will keep searching. I will continue to search by updating the location pointer. So at some point of time this loop will end. Then I will check what really caused the end of the loop. So first possibility is both p3 and p location are null. If both are null, it is only because the list is empty. So the list empty means p location which was assigned the address of the value of head pointer is containing null, so it must be a empty list. So nothing needs to be done. We just can display a message saying that empty list, and there is no possibility of delete. Whereas else if p3 alone null, which means p location is not null, only p3 is null. That means that only possibility is we need to delete the first node. So only if you want to delete the first node, the p location is not equal to null, but p3 is null. So deletion of the first node. The statement I have once again I have used the algorithm statement only. So head equal to p location of link. So this will delete the first node. Else means we want to delete some other node. That some other node can be a node in the middle or a node in the end. So for both case the same statement will work. So the node will be deleted. In order to test the two algorithms, I need to do a implementation of traversal. The traversal is a simple logic while p location not equal to null. So p location starts with the head pointer, and while p location not equal to null, I will keep printing the value and changing the p location to point to the next node by p location equal to p location of link. So this will travel the entire list and will print the various values. Now let us try to test the program to check whether it works correctly. So the program is executed and it is showing the menu insert, delete, traversal and exit. The first see, when you run a program and test it, you have to test it for all the possibilities. You should not test it for only the logical consequence that is correct, because the user can try it in any order. So let us try to delete a node straight away. It should not happen. It should show an error message, but it should not show any runtime error. It should not result in any error or termination. So I'm going to option 2, delete. It's asked which value to be deleted. I'm just giving 5. It shows empty list. So the program is able to handle the situation that when we want to delete from an empty list, it works. Now I want to insert value. Insert option 1. First let me give 5. So value is inserted. Let us check it. Traversal. So 5 is there. I want to now insert 4. So 4 is supposed to be inserted before 5 as the first node. 4 traversal. So we are able to see 4 followed by 5. So the insert happened properly. Let me insert another value. This time I'm going to insert 7. So it has to be inserted at the end. So 4, 5, 7. And now one more insert we have to try is middle. So I'm going to insert 6. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So the insert works seamlessly. No mistakes are there. It works perfectly. We have to test the delete logic. So delete option 2. So it will ask for a value to be deleted. Let me start with the last node. So 7. It should have been deleted. Let me check the values. Traversal. So 4, 5, 6 and 7 got deleted. Now let me try delete from the front. So 2. The value to be deleted is 4. Traversal. So 4 is no longer there. Let me delete 6 also. So only 5 is there, and I can also delete 5. So there is no node in the list. So we have tested the insert and delete operations along with the help with the traversal operation, and the program has been implemented just based on the algorithms we discussed in the video lecture. Hope you would have understood all the implementation of the program. You try to implement all the remaining algorithms also into this program and make it a complete implementation. Thank you.